Welcome to a new episode of Video Car Review, our international branch of Ausfahrt TV. Well, Porsche invited me to the Tegernsee, a little lake nearby Munich, so I can present you the all-new second product generation of the Porsche Panamera, or Porsche 970, as you wish. It was first introduced in 2009, and when you read the press release it says, well, it was designed for sports car enthusiasts who enjoy 4 doors and 4 seats. So I guess the car was designed exactly for me, actually, but for some reason I lost my wallet and I won't be able to buy it right now. In 2013 at the Auto China, Porsche introduced a facelift of the Panamera as well as a long version. So we got a short version and a long version, but the long version was not introduced yet of the second product generation. A few weeks ago I was in Berlin at the presentation of the second product generation, so it was just a couple months ago when it had its debut. And by the way, the whole car is manufactured in Leipzig in Germany, and Porsche even built a new body plant, so a plant where they can, produce the body parts of the Panamera. By the way, a lot of alloy here, and in the press release it says, well, now we can build all body parts there for the long version, for the short version, and for any other versions. So we expect some more body versions of the Panamera soon to be presented. Well, if you have enough money in your pockets, unlike me, you can already order this car. It's available in the online configurator on the Porsche page, and you can order it at your Porsche dealership already. But it won't hit the showrooms before November 2016. Do we see competitors? Well, on my German YouTube channel I already uploaded an acceleration clip, and there was a discussion going on. Someone said, well, competitors might be the Audi RS7 as well as the Mercedes-AMG CLS 63, but I say no, it's actually an upper class car, and if you're really correct, it's even an E-State version. Well, it doesn't look like it, but that's the classification of the car. So we don't have an upper class E-State version of any car, so we just look at the sedans. And here, especially for the Panamera Turbo, I would say the main competitors are the Mercedes-AMG S63, the Audi S8, and the BMW 750i. And maybe even the Maserati Quattroporte and the Aston Martin Rapide. For the launch of the second product generation of the Porsche Panamera, Porsche is just offering 3 different powertrains. All come with all-wheel drive on one hand, and the new second generation of the PDK, an 8-speed PDK, by the way, built by ZF Friedrichshafen, a company in the south of Germany. So the smallest engine is, the small petrol engine, that's the Porsche Panamera 4S, comes with a V6 and 440 horses, which is good for maximum torque of 550 Newton meters. Then we got the diesel engine, the Panamera 4S diesel, with a V8 diesel that you might know already from the Audi Q7, and that one comes with 422 horses and a maximum torque of, hold your breath, 850 Newton meters. But as I said, I was driving the Porsche Panamera Turbo. Well, and I love the heart of our test car. A 4-liter V8 with a hot inner V, so the turbochargers are inside the V for better performance and more compact engines, by the way. So it has 550 horses and a maximum torque of 770 Newton meters. You get them in a range between 1960 and 4500 RPM. Our car has, as I said, all-wheel drive and is equipped with the 8-speed PDK by ZF. Let me give you the basic specs about our test car, the Porsche Panamera Turbo. It accelerates from 0 to 100 km per hour or 0 to 62 miles per hour with the chrono package and the launch control in 3.6 seconds, while you accelerate from 0 to 200 km per hour in 12.7 seconds. And the top speed is reached at 306 km per hour or 159 miles per hour. The gas tank of the 2016 Porsche Panamera Turbo will take 90 liters or 23.8 US gallons. Porsche gives a fuel consumption figure of 9.4 liters for every 100 kilometers driven, or 25 miles per US gallons, which means that under perfect conditions you can drive up to 950 kilometers or 590 miles without stopping for fuel. CO2 emissions for the 2016 Porsche Panamera Turbo should be 214 grams per kilometer, according to Porsche. The Porsche Panamera Turbo has a length of 5.05 meters or 199 inches, with a wheelbase of 2.95 meters or 116 inches. It is 1.43 meters high, so 56 inches, and it is 1.94 meters wide, so 76 inches, with a span of 2.17 meters or 85 inches from mirror tip to mirror tip. For the turning circle you need at least 11.9 meters or 39 feet of free space. If you have the all-wheel steering, it is reduced to 11.4 meters. The curb weight comes in at 2070 kilograms or 4,564 pounds. The maximum loaded weight is 2,585 kilograms or 5,699 pounds. In Germany, our test car would cost round about 190,000 euros. The new Porsche Panamera got wider, really, but just 6 millimeters, so just a tiny bit, but it looks much wider. This is due to the fact that Porsche now builds the engines much flatter, and this way they could, pull the whole hood, the bonnet sort of, down here much flatter than in the previous model, which gives the effect that the fenders here come out a little bit more, and with the two power domes, so the edges in the bonnet, they come down to a V, and this makes the car already appear much wider. Besides that, we have seen this with the new Boxster and Cayman, the 718 already. They have two double blades here, which are supposed to make the car look wider as well. The second generation of the Porsche Panamera comes with full LED front lights all the way. We got the premium version here, so we got the Matrix LED light, 84 LEDs just for the driving light, and 109 LEDs altogether in the front on one side. So you got the full program, like, dynamic lighting in terms of speed, cornering light, dynamic curve light, and you can drive with your high beams on the whole time because the traffic ahead of you is spared out by the high beams. So the LEDs that would, irritate the cars in front of you are just dimmed out, and so you got the brights all the way except this tiny bit where the car is driving facing you or driving in front of you. The second product generation is 34 millimeters longer than the previous model, and the wheelbase gained 30 millimeters, so more space for the persons inside. Besides that, the front axis was pushed a little bit more to the front, so it's shorter in the front now. The part where you always, when you maneuver the car, try to go in a parking space. So that's better now. Besides that, the roof line, the top roof line is 5 millimeters higher now than the previous model, but the push down the rear 20 millimeters, well, Porsche says, without losing comfort for the passengers in the rear. And it's supposed to make the car look more to the ground, flatter, more compact, more aggressive, more sporty, of course. Besides that, they try to give the greenhouse a special effect. It's supposed to look like one glass window. Here it's not glass, but at least the C-pillar was, you know, hidden behind glass. And this should look, you know, sporty as well. Besides that, with the second product generation, they tried to put this part more look-alike like the 911, so they have it more, you know, the whole product family is looking more alike. Besides that, you know, the 911 is still a popular car, especially over here. The Panamera is not, so maybe that's a switch. But in any other countries, the Panamera is a successful car, so I don't know. Whatever. By the way, this color is called Night Blue Metallic. It's one of 15 colors you can choose from. And I was just, you know, speechless actually when I went into the online configurator and I chose my color and it says €0. You don't have to pay extra for this color. And as I said, 15 colors, and there are several colors you don't have to pay extra for, at least for the turbo model. The Porsche Panamera 4S comes with 18-inch alloys. By factory setting, the Porsche Turbo, or the Porsche Panamera Turbo, comes with 20-inch by factory settings, but those are optional 20-inch alloys. You can choose 21-inch alloys as well. The red brake calipers are standard setting as well. You have 6 brake pistons in there that are using the 410 millimeter diameter brake disc here in the front. The car always comes with Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tires. In the front they have the dimension 275/40 ZR20. On the rear we got the dimension 315/35 ZR20, and here we just got 4 brake pistons that are using a 380 millimeter diameter braking disc. What I like personally about the rear is the spoiler. Well, you don't see it, but when it comes out, it's like a full big spoiler on the rear. But when it's inside, you know, it's looking rather decent. The whole back is looking really decent. So, and I like the part, you know, where you can switch the car or the look of the car in between a few seconds. By the way, you can, you know, make it come out by pushing a button or when you reach a certain speed. The third braking light is here in the glass, while we see completely new shaped rear lights, full LED of course. They come around the car a little bit, so everything which is illuminated here is LED, and you have even this LED band going all the way across the car. Across the back of the car, I'm sorry. With this black line and the Porsche lettering on it, I like this. I think it's a really nice contrast, especially in a lighter color. Significant for the turbo is the dual or the 4 exit pipes here that you can see, and they even make a good sound. Quite a few changes from the outside, but Porsche did a revolution, I would even say, in the inside. New displays, new touch controls, new everything. Before I show you this, the door opens in an 85-degree angle, and we got a Porsche Panamera Turbo door sill panel here. The Panamera has a neat option which I dislike. Well, you know, once you turn off the car, the seat slides back and the steering wheel goes up for you to have an easy exit or easy entry. I don't like this because I sit in a very far behind the B-pillar even. So that's not really comfortable for me to get in. Plus, you don't have space in the rear. So that's kind of weird, wicked, whatever. But you can disable it, so it's fine. You have to reach out a little bit if you open the door all the way. Welcome inside the Porsche Panamera Turbo. First of all, the new stuff. We got a 12.3 inch display touchscreen even. For the infotainment system, we got a whole new switch concept in the center console, and the cockpit now comes with a analog RPM meter, and on each side we find a 7-inch display. Yeah, so that's the main stuff that changed here with the new car. I even got an option sheet from the car, but it was in English, no pricing, and I couldn't really translate it in the time I had into German to use it and explain it in English for you guys. I don't know if this makes sense, but it does make sense for me. So I'm not sure what is factory setting and what isn't. So we got leather here on the dashboard and a wood application, some look-alike metal application down here, and leather everywhere else where you touch the car. Leather seats, of course, leather armrest, even in the door, leather, wood, leather, and down here leather again. Alcantara on the A pillar and on the whole ceiling. Even the sun visors are covered with Alcantara, so wherever I touch it feels nice and I like it. So it's premium. Yeah, it's supposed to be premium and feels like it. Alright, thinking about ergonomy. First of all, the whole center is facing the rear, so it's not driver oriented. We got the block infotainment up here. It's a touch screen that you can use, I told you. And then we got a small row of buttons here to control the infotainment display as well from this side. Volume and the zoom level, or another jog shutter to choose different stuff. Then climate control on each side, and down here driver stuff for the suspension setting. The switch to choose the driving program and the electronic handbrake. We got 3 sticks next to the steering wheel. On the right side the windscreen wiper, on the left side high beams and turning signal, and 1 push button for voice commands. No, don't want them. And down on the left side a stick for the adaptive cruise control. Besides that, it's a multifunctional steering wheel, but I will explain this later. On the left side to the steering wheel we have buttons for the lights, which I think is hilarious. Haven't seen this before, or for a long time at least. And in the door panel the controls for the mirrors, for the windows, and I can open and close the lid of the trunk. So when I first got into the car, I was like overwhelmed. All these buttons, all these controls, all these displays, wow. But driving this car for less than an hour, I felt home already, and I consider everything is well thought of and easy to reach and use. So, thumbs up. Thinking about the space I have in here, first of all, the passenger seat feels very far apart. I mean, actually it's just like a span between my fingers, but from the vision, it really feels I have my compartment here, and he has his compartment or her compartment, and we both have enough space. It's somehow neat. Besides that, it gets bigger to the front, which gives you the vision that it's really a huge car. And just said this in German as well. When I look to the GoPro, I mean, I'm talking to a GoPro camera, which is stupid in the first place already. When I talk to you guys, I see as a Hero 4. Hey Hero, how's it going? And this camera is pretty far away, so I can tell, because I've done a lot of reviews this way. I might say yes, we have a huge car and lots of space in here. Head space, by the way, we have the panoramic sunroof, but even if I lean forward a little bit, I can put a fist between my head and the ceiling, but the seat is put to the very lowest position right now. Okay, so I got everything: material, ergonomy, and space. I can go on with the normal stuff. We can adjust the height of the safety belts on our shoulder. The safety belts itself come in brown, matching the interior design. and that's the space you have. So I can have some more beer here in Bavaria, I guess, and still buckle up. You can adjust the seats we have here in 14 ways full electrically. So I can extend the seat cushion around about 5 centimeters. I can push the seat forward and backward, tilt it, and put it up and down. I can adjust the backrest, of course, but not the headrest. And I have an electric lumbar support going up and down and out and in. Besides that, I have a climate control for the seat, so I have a seat heating, 3 intensities, and an air condition for the seats as well, and you can even use both at the same time. Besides that, in vehicle or in car, in this display I have programs for massage functions, so stretch, wave, and so on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 programs, and I can choose between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strengths, whatever. Well, intensities, I would say. What's going on? Oh, that's the climate control here. It's pretty noisy if you just have if you don't have the engine running. Okay, I've driven yesterday. I was in the car for 5 hours, I guess, and I can say the seats are pretty comfortable. You have enough side support even for faster cornering, and yeah, I like them. They're good, they're nice, they're fine. Yesterday was really hot. I was driving with the air condition of the seats the whole day. That was really nice. I didn't, I got out of the car, wasn't even sweaty, but then I was sweaty in between 2 minutes because it was really hot. Alright, that's about the seats. So the steering wheel, I beg your pardon, but we have to get through this here together. So it's adjustable electrically, and this is not a Porsche, I'm telling you. Slowly, slowly through the fields of joy. So that's lowest part and out. Now all the way up. Highest part out, all the way in. Sorry, do you say anything? All the way in and up, and all the way in and down. And just give me 10 more minutes to find my ideal position here. Well, it's okay, I guess, because you don't adjust the steering wheel all the time. Plus you can, store the position of the steering wheel as well here, so all you have to do is push this button and it gets to your position and it's done. But then you just have 2 different slots to save something. Yeah, that's my driving position. Alright, we got shifting pedals on both sides. Feels like metal, I think it is metal, good to reach, pretty long, and they have a dent on the rear side so you can put your fingers in and don't slip away while driving fast. It's a multifunctional steering wheel. On the left side we have this little ball that we can use to do stuff to the left display. Mute button, back button for the display things, and plus and minus for the volume of the infotainment system. Same stuff almost on the right side. This little ball is to walk through the content of the right 7-inch display. Then we got this special icon here, configure steering wheel button, yeah, but it's not named. Well, it's a hotkey and you can put a certain function on this. A back button, take phone calls and hang up phone calls. On the right and the lower part we have a little jog shutter to choose the different driving programs, individual, normal, sport and sport plus. Inside is a push button. Once you push it you get sport response, so for 20 seconds the car has a little bit more power. That's pretty useful for overtaking and so on. Let's go back to normal. Okay, I forgot to tell you, the steering wheel is coated with leather, fine leather, the same that we find everywhere else, same brown as well, and it feels pretty nice, if I may say so. I think I may. Okay, so far so good. I think covered everything about the steering wheel. The mirrors are pretty big. I like it. You know, you see a lot what's going on behind. They sit on the door, so they're pretty close to your face, at least on the left side. But you can really see a lot, and I like this. Especially you see the fenders on the rear, or the wheel arches on the rear that come out a little bit. So whenever you look in the mirror, you say, "Oh wow, you know, it drives this sporty Panamera." I'm bad, ain't I? Haha. No, I really like this. The inner mirror is not so exciting, on the other hand, because the rear window is pretty small, then the headrest of the back seats take part of your vision. Once the spoiler is out, it takes some even more of your vision, and so your view through this window is really limited. Looking around my shoulder, the B pillar is already pretty big, but it's okay, you know, not really a blind spot. The other way around, A pillar fine, B pillar fine, C pillar fine. D pillar is a little disaster because the headrest of the back seat and the pillar come together and they give you a really big blind spot. Yeah, that's nothing to discuss here. And so make sure you check the windows, the mirrors as well, once you know, check the vision back there. Okay, so that's the screen that is welcoming you once you get in the car. And now I will start the engine on the left side, by the way. And even this is keyless go, they put like a look-alike key at least in there, which I will turn now and fire up the engine. Let's start your engines. Alright, that's it. In the center you see the analog RPM or rev meter going up to 8,000 RPM with a red range starting at 6,750, I might say. Inside this round gauge you have a little display seeing the digital speed as well as a driving program. I'm in park now, let's put it in reverse or drive. And once you put it in drive or manual, you even see the gear you're in, or the automatic shifts in. Alright, and then I told you two 7-inch displays. On the left side we got the outside temperature, as you see. And now if I turn this little round thing, something happens. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Okay, on the very left side the outside temperature, and that's all. And I haven't found a way to put something else in there. And here's a speedometer going up to 350 kilometers per hour, and that's all you can see from the needle, this little red stripe here. Sorry, I can't focus. So inside we got a lot of space for the assist systems and their signals. By the way, up there night vision is activated, and the mirror means blind spot warner is activated as well. And I'm not buckled up, but I'm just standing here. So going through here I can change various stuff which I don't really see it's interesting, but on this view you see your current trip mileage and the overall mileage of the car. The other way around, on the left side, you can choose what to see in the very right display, you know, analog time or a compass. While we use this turning wheel now to influence what's going on the center display there, or the bigger one. So here we got the G-force meter, and we can push the buttons to see different stuff. So this is just showing us the actual G-force, and this with the max values we had so far. That's the all-wheel drive, showing you how much torque is where. So most likely you have most of the power on the rear, and depending on your situation you get more power to the front. Tire pressure, various settings of the car, and here you can even say maintenance, you know, oil change. Well, do I really have to? No, you can read it yourself, right? Oil level and a view, and here you can say a customized view that I put together. So you have various things in the infotainment system you can choose from. The upper part, in most views, you see the current gas tank content or whatever, how much fuel is still in the tank, and the mileage you can reach with this fuel. And then the lower part, you get the pressure from the turbocharger. Okay, going on. So this is a trip computer, since refueling and so on and so on. Not so exciting. This is the screen of the navigation system, and I really like that you have the ability to say, well, on this screen I want to see the overall trip, and here I see what's going on currently, you know, a close-up. And here you can say, you know, change the zoom level as well, have a 3D map as well, you know, north, up, and so on. And last but not least, but new for Porsche, they have a night view assist now too, which highlights you any human beings and animals on the street, if you see any. I apologize, I'm standing here in the middle of a green, so you don't see anything in here. And a stopwatch, lap watch, chrono timer, that's it, G-force meter again. So there was already a lot of things to tell you, but I think it's pretty neat, and I like how much stuff you can choose here. So this is a 12-inch display. On the left side you see buttons. Once I narrow my hand, those buttons come out, and you even get a sub-menu. And you see this other line above, outside temperature, signal of the SIM card installed, options to this very view that you have here, search function for this view, and a home button. Home welcomes you with different widgets that you can configure in various ways. You have different layouts, different stuff you can choose from, and pull this inside, for instance, air condition in here. Well, didn't work really. Never mind, you get the idea. Besides that, on each screen, but not in the configure stuff, you have a special screen for the passenger seat, and those widgets you can configure as well. Configure info widgets, and here you have 3 displays, layouts. Okay, home again. Then we got media. Here's the jukebox activated with a cover. You know, we're playing Hell's Bells. What up? And you can say, well, I want FM now. So you got different favorites here with little icons, or list view, or you can even tune manually, and Bluetooth and so on. Depending on your options, you can have a TV tuner, or DAB as a digital radio as well. And here, just because I didn't show it, you have favorites as well, and a list. Let's say, okay, playlist for instance, or even more interesting, artist, Bob Dylan. Alright, like a Rolling Stone. Too bad I can't, you know, put on the volume. Never mind. Okay, phone is not connected because my iPhone is connected. This is the map view. You can have different destinations, traffic, and favorites. From the map you have options. Just one is interesting. The map view, you can enable Google Earth, so depending on your signal, it's quick or a little bit slow. Sad thing is I can't do anything about it right now. So this is Google Earth data, and you can even pitch or rotate, you know, whatever you want to do. Works fine. So drive means the different driving programs, spoiler, the air spring height, start, stop, do I want to use this, yes, no, and the chassis control. Then we got the climate control, various things we can do, you know, even, oh, this is neat, look. I turn this off, and now it closes, and now I turn it on, and it opens, and I can say where I want the stream, and I can even say diffused or focused. It's such a neat toy, I'm sorry. You can say in which style do you want the air, soft or strong. You can do this for the rear as well, and activate, deactivate everything as you wish. Here we got a screen with all the assist systems that we can enable or disable, have even settings for them. The car is here, the massage programs that I told you, the 5 strengths, vehicle settings, display settings, system settings, and even the driver's manual. And here's a push button even for the rear roller blind. Then we got the trip sheets that we have seen earlier in the other display, and chrono lap timer here as well. We got different apps, Apple CarPlay if you want to use it, or Android Auto, devices connected to the system, and sound setup. Well, as I said, if you want to see this more detailed, just check out the other video. It's linked in this in the description text of this video. I haven't driven the car in nighttime, only in daytime so far. So I don't know if you can read it well in nighttime. I assume so. In daytime it was all fine. I haven't found a setting for the ambient light in the whole setup, so I don't think there is any, or it's just white or something. I haven't driven the car in nighttime, so I cannot tell you anything about it. We have the panoramic sunroof that opens, the front opens or tilts up, while the part in the rear just stays this way. If you open this, glass slides over the other glass. Here we have got the control, and we even have the possibility to close the blinds electrically. The warning indicator switch is right here. I'm still not sure if this is a good position. I would prefer right here, but I was encountering a traffic jam and I found it at once, so I think the position isn't that bad. Last but not least, what's missing is the horn check. Oh, sorry. That's how the horn sounds like. And on we go to the compartment check. Here in the Porsche Panamera, I show you all the compartments. In the door panel, first of all, the side to the door is covered with leather. The side to me is covered with cloth, and the floor is equipped with a little rubber mat, so an anti-slip surface. This half a liter bottle feels a little bit lonely in there, so I think at least 1 liter bottles fit in the door panels. Yeah. So then there's nothing whatsoever until here. Here we got a little ashtray and a cigarette lighter, so we got the smoker edition. Under the armrest we find 2 little compartments, another 12 volt outlet, and the USB port and an aux in. Besides that, we got 2 cup holders here. If you don't use them, there's a button and they come up, so they look like, you know, just 2 buttons. You can push them down as well. The half a liter bottle fits in the smaller one pretty well. We got spacers in here as well, while the same bottle feels a little bit lost in the bigger one. But at least you have 2 different choices here. Yeah. Well, nothing in the foot compartment, but we got a gloves compartment. Here we find the head unit for the infotainment system, so 2 SD card slots, a SIM card slot, and a DVD slot. We can disable the passenger airbag, you know, once you want to put child seat in here. This is the board material, and this is nothing. It's not pretty neat and sexy microfiber, whatever. Close Porsche thing. That's nothing you saw in here because it will be lost. And some other stuff, but it's not really that big. You can cool it down if you want to, and here you have a pen holder. That's it. Told you the sun visors, they are covered with Alcantara as well. The makeup mirror is illuminated. You see them in both sun visors. Next to the makeup mirror we find a little clip. We got handles on both sides, And here is a little bit an airplane control. So we got reading lights for the driver and the passenger. We got an entry light with even more LEDs going on. Then we got three buttons here. I think that's for, you know, opening your garage. On the other side we can control or enable, disable the 360-degree camera. So just, okay, never mind. I will just show it to you because I forgot it once again doing the infotainment display. But let me just finish it. And we got the controls for the panoramic sunroof. Okay, and now here comes the. So I apologize. Here's the rear camera. So we got a 360-degree camera, 4 cameras on the car, 1 in the front, 1 in the rear. By the way, the rear camera is not protected against mud and rain. And under each mirror, outside mirror, you find a camera as well. So we got a front view, a rear view, a side view, panorama front and panorama rear. And you see here the sensors even show what's going on, how close the items are, and you got this bird view. Once I lower my window and put my hand under the mirror, you see my hand coming here, right? And once I cover the whole camera, one part of the picture is missing. That's how they do the bird view. It's not a little drone that flies over the car. No, it's not. Alright, but that's finally it, and I'm out. Well, I could at least say we got the chrono package. That's why you see another clock here, stopwatch, which shows you the regular time as well. So it's a sports car with 4 doors and 4 seats. I would like to see how much space I have in the rear and how comfortable the whole thing is. By the way, as an option, the Porsche comes with, you know, electric door closing. I always like this. It's kind of a miracle for me. But now let's go inside. I've put the front seats forward already, so now it's easier to get in here. Not fully to the front, just so I can sit comfortable. And well, I have more space and I sort of come on inside and I show you. Alright, getting in the car was not very comfortable. You know, I really had to nod my head and get in here, but once I'm sitting here, I think it's perfect. I'm 180 centimeters tall, so 5'11". The driver's seat is put in a position that I can drive comfortable. And as you can see, I have lots of space. Enough space for my legs. I can put half of my feet under the front seat. I'm limited with my headspace, to be honest. There's 2 flat hands will fit between my head and the ceiling. And Porsche made it pretty clever. You know, they chopped the roof line, but they made a dent in here, so there's enough space for my head, because this would be the position, you know, if this would be on the outer places as well, we would not have enough space. Looking to the side, I don't touch the ceiling, but I'm looking on this black stripe, which I don't like too much, but if I look a little bit more forward, then I'm fine. Material wise, it's as nice in the rear as it is in the front. So we got leather everywhere, and the wooden application, even in the door, it's all the same stuff. Alright, looking around, first of all, lower the window. It folds down completely. Does it have a protection? Yep, no one gets harmed. Besides that, if it's rolled up and you push the button again, then you get the sun protection or privacy shield, however you want it. Besides that, we can fold up a privacy shield here in the rear as well. Then we got a handle up here with a little hook, and inside we see an LED reading light. Another hook on the B pillar, and here we see one of the air outlets. Another one is down here on the B pillar, and the third one is in the center. So the whole center is pretty much a mirror from what you have in front, just a little bit smaller. Here we got a 7-inch display, but an air outlet as well, and we got the possibility to control media, climate just for the rear, the seat settings, and navigation. So going to climate first. So here as well we can, you know, close this blind or disable it, and then the slider folds together. We can say which airstream for which position, in which style, strong, soft or medium, and we can control the temperature here. And in the rear we have as well seat heating and air condition. Plus, I forgot to mention, down here at the seat we have controls for the backrest. So I can get in a snooze position or sit straight up. We can extend the size of the seat cushion. And we have an electric lumbar support as well. Besides that, we can save this in 3 slots on each door. So only the massage function is missing in the rear, at least in our rear. Then we got a slider here, or control to slide the sun protection, but I will open it to have a little bit more space. And what else? Then here is a cool function. First of all, there's an ashtray. Porsche ashtray. If we don't need this or use it, we have 2 cup holders here, and you can extend them, getting them up, and then one here and another one right here. And if we don't use them, we push them down. Ashtray goes in here as well. And there's a 12-volt outlet, or rather a cigarette lighter, and a USB port. And if we don't use them, we close it, and we have got the wooden application. Besides that, we got an armrest, which is not really big, you know. It's not big enough for both of us. Inside we have a little compartment covered with clothes. And we can lower the whole part and can reach in the trunk now. So if you go skiing or whatever, you can load through longest things in here. We got Isofix hooks on both sides. The locks of the safety belts are stiff, so kids can buckle up themselves with these. And that's the length of the safety belt. Before I'm presenting you the trunk, let's have a look at the key. Master of disaster. Well, it is the Porsche sculpture key once again. By now I'm wondering if all those sculptures are the same, or if they depend on the car that they are good for. However, it's a black sculpture. You have the Porsche logo in the front. Push button 3, one to lock the car, one to unlock the car, and one to unlock the trunk. That's it. To open the trunk, we have a push handle here, and it opens all electrically, by the way, factory setting. And now I can look in the trunk where I have a volume of 495 liters or 17 cubic feet. So quite impressive big. And my mighty iPod tripod case fits in here, as well as some other luggage, you know, my carry-on equipment case and a backpack and some more stuff. Okay, so let's look around. That's how the empty trunk looks like. And here we got a little trapdoor once again. Oh, no space, but the subwoofer from the Boommaster system, tire fit, tire kit, and the battery. That's already it here. Here we got 4 rings to tie up stuff. Behind the wheel arches there's some space. And we got a light here as well, left side, right side, and on the hood as well. White down and red to the back on both sides. And here are the buttons to close the lid. Then on the left side again, a 12-volt outlet. And here behind this flap we got the DVD charger. But that's already it. And I'm a little bit shocked because it means that I have to push the seats, the rear seats myself. You know, no electric function here in our car at least. Okay, let's remove the head shelf. And that's a little bit complicated, and it's heavy too, because what you see here is the sun blocker for the rear window. So what I have to do is pull this handle, and now I can pull it out, but it's not working holding the camera and doing this. So the ripped off head shelf itself is pretty big, as you can see, in comparison to the tripod case. And here you see the contacts for the electric function. On the other hand, it means, now see, my hands reach until here, that's all. So I really have to go around, YouTube style, taking you with me, and grab this handle. So 40% on the right side. And if I want to, I can flip this 20% by itself, or I'd rather walk around and grab the handle here, so 60% fall on this side. And altogether, this is the empty trunk with a flipped rear bench. Once we have flipped the rear bench, we have a volume of 1,304 liters or 46 cubic feet. And as always, I'm measuring everything here with Brian's measuring tape. So we have a depth in here until this part of 99 centimeters, so 39 inches. And once I flip the rear, I have a depth to the edge of the backrest, not the headrest, of 170 centimeters, so 67 inches. And I push the passenger seat to the very front, and I have more than 210 centimeters here, so more than 83 inches. The width between the wheel arches, that's the tightest point, is 92 centimeters, so 36 inches. And the height to the head shelf, we got 35 centimeters, which equals 13.5 inches. But keep in mind, you know, it's getting flatter to the rear. And as I'm sitting here or hanging here now, I see that on the back edge of the trunk, there's another compartment for the warning triangle. You can store up to 515 kilograms or 1,135 pounds inside the Porsche Panamera Turbo. And there's still some numbers missing. You have to lift the goods up 78 centimeters, so 30.75 inches, and then it goes down 21 centimeters, which equals 8.25 inches. The lid opens up to a weight, I would say 215 centimeters, which equals almost 85 inches, but if you lower it, you can stop it at a certain position, keep the button pushed, wait for the signal, and then the lid won't open higher than this position you just stored. I didn't get a value for the roof, what you can put on the roof, and I'm pretty sure that you cannot install a hook for a trailer. Alright, so we got, well, first of all, I apologize. We are in the surrounding of Munich at the Tegernsee, which is a, you know, an area where other people do their vacation or spend their vacation. So traffic here is really annoying because, everyone is on vacation. Oh, look, something is here, and oh, look, something is there. No one is really paying attention to the road. Besides that, you have speed limits all over the place, and the Autobahn is far away. I have to drive almost an hour, I guess, at least with this traffic to get to the Autobahn. So I'm skipping this, and I'm trying to at least find some country road where I don't have a speed limit. So we have 4 different driving programs: individual, normal, sport, sport plus. Biggest change between sport plus and normal is the way the engine and the transmission react. So you got more RPM, it shifts faster down and later up, so you got more performance. Besides that, the whole engine is fired up. Let me see. Am I outside? No, still not. Oh well. I don't think it affects the steering, but for sure it affects the air suspension. This road is pretty neat, so it's not a bad condition anyway. So in comfort, you have a really comfortable ride while you put the car in Sport Plus, and the whole suspension gets way stiffer, so you can drive, do the cornering stuff, maybe even go on track, but I don't think that anyone buying a Panamera would go on track. And I don't think it affects the sound. That's the sound with Sport Plus, and again the sound with normal, so that's pretty much all the same. It's really cheerful how much power the car brings with it. I mean, 550 horses does not sound so much in relation to other sport cars, but you have this big car, a lot of weight, and it still explodes and rushes from 0 to 100. Once you put your foot on the throttle, the car is jumping forward after 1 second of thinking. So full throttle, a little bit of thinking, and then you jump forward. In normal, going 50, full throttle, 1-2 seconds of thinking, and that's it. So powerful the car for sure. Yes, some suspension, nice spreading between comfortable and sporty ride. Steering is direct, but not like hell direct, not like in a sports car. And at least to me, I don't feel a difference between Sport Plus and, well, a little bit maybe. But this could be much more direct in Sport Plus for my taste, at least. With the 8-speed transmission, you have the choice of shifting automatically or manually. You can push the stick to the left and then up and down shifting, or you use the pedals. Seems like it's a little bit faster in Sport Plus, but not really significant faster. However, even in normal, once you use the pedals, it shifts right away, so no delays here. Regarding the shifting, we have a PDK, so it's a dual clutch automatic transmission, and normally we're used to, especially with the Volkswagen group, that it's really seamless shifting, You don't feel how the car shifts, you maybe hear it. Well, it's different here in the Panamera. You do feel the shifts. And I think they did it on purpose. It's not a lack of engineering ship, but you're driving a Porsche overall, So you want to feel how the car shifts because it's a sporty car, and you want to have the idea, yes, shifting, baby, come on, go straight forward. So I think it's totally okay. But in Sport Plus, the other way, you still have this that you feel the shifts, but it's not so hard like another sport car that you really get like a hit in the neck. So shift, you feel it, a little bit, but it's not so hard. I really have to watch the speed limits here. I really apologize, guys. Hate to do it this way, but lacking of time. Just one more word to the sound. We got a V8, we got a regular exit pipe system. You can order a sport exit pipe system as well. And yes, it spits, it farts, and does all the things, but rather decently. Well, if you're in Sport Plus, it's a little bit, more aggressive, but not very much louder. And still in the car, it's not that it's very dominant. I mean, overall, you have a luxury sedan or big luxury car, and that's on your aim, your focus. Guys, I'm using the Porsche InnoDrive now, a new assist system, a mix between the adaptive cruise control, active lane keeping assist, and the map data. So it uses the map data and the traffic sign recognition and all that to control the speed of the car. I just say, activate the adaptive cruise control. That's what I did. And now I'm inside the city limits, so it sets the speed to 50. And I encountered a car which was slower, so it slowed down all automatically. I'm too slow right now here in the city, so the active lane keeping assist cannot work yet. But the speed adaptation works just fine. And it's not only taking the speed limits under credit, but it looks as well to the map data in front of us. So if I have a route programmed, then it looks 3 kilometers ahead and adapts the way you drive, or the car drives automatically to the surroundings. So if I'm encountering a sharp corner, it slows down in front of the corner. If I'm, encountering a circle, same stuff. If I'm leaving the city limit, it starts accelerating. If I'm, going uphill and all that. So it's a pretty clever and smart system. I told you already, we have the adaptive cruise control in here. We have an active lane keeping assist. We have a blind spot warner or lane change assist, they call it here now. And altogether it makes a traffic jam assist. I was stuck in traffic yesterday in the surrounding of Munich. If you visit Munich, you will know what I mean. And traffic jam assist works fine as well. So that's pretty cool, actually. I'm quite pleased with all the assist systems. Besides that, as far as I understood, the big infotainment system is already part of the basic settings of the Porsche Panamera Turbo, but not the Burmester's premium sound system. You have the choice between Bose and Burmester. The Burmester, at least in Germany, cost 5,000 euros extra, but I'm quite impressed. So my personal favorite ranking so far is first place Burmester in the E-Class. Perfect system, best I've heard so far. Second place, still the S-Class, the Burmester system in the S-Class. And I think this system is on one level with the system in the S-Class. I really enjoyed listening to music. You can turn up the volume as loud as you want. The sound is still very crisp, very clear, very everything actually. So I enjoyed that, and well, if you don't bother about money, make sure you get the Burmester sound system, because that really kicks ass. One more thing about the all-wheel steering. We got it in our car. I wasn't sure when I started driving, but I was really sure when I drove the car, because I think you really feel it. I mean, you have a huge car, pretty much weight on the car as well. Now I have to check where I'm going. Bahnhof muss ich, okay. And then on this curvy mountain roads, I was not even going fast, because you had a whole bunch of speed limits there. But still, you could feel, how you could go around the corners much easier than you thought you would be. And if you have the money, I highly recommend, I really highly recommend the all-wheel steering, because it makes the car much more agile. Well, I have to rush now a little bit because it starts raining and I'm hungry. So I'd rather hurry up at the end of my review about the Porsche Panamera Turbo 2nd generation. First of all, fuel consumption. Today I just drove 5 kilometers to this point, and here I was filming all the review. But yesterday I was almost driving 300 kilometers and I had an average fuel consumption, I think 12.4 liters, maybe 12.7 liters. As an average for every 100 kilometers driven. Porsche claims a fuel consumption of the NEFZ cycle of 9.8 liters, so that's pretty close, especially for this kind of car with a V8. And yesterday I was on the Autobahn, driving full speed, trying to get the acceleration video done, going 300 kilometers per hour, strike. I was on the Autobahn in traffic jams and on regular Autobahn passages, so I was going 160, 180. I was on country roads, even on really, really curvy ones, where you had a speed limit of 60 and 30. I was pushing the car, I just went out to push the car. No, just joking, too heavy. I'm too weak. And I even had some villages and all that. So all in all, I think it's a good average thing what I did yesterday. And over those 300 kilometers, I had an average fuel consumption of 12 point something. And I think that's a pretty good value for this kind of car. I am pretty pleased. Besides that, we have the 3 points driving fun. Yes, I had quite some fun with the car. It's different from what I think it was, because I was thinking that I'd rather go sporty with this car. But in comparison, I really enjoyed the cruising. I really did. On this curvy country road, I really liked the four-wheel steering. It really, you feel it. Believe me, you feel it that you have the four-wheel steering, because you're much more flexible. It's cooler, it's more fun, and even there was a speed limit, I had fun driving this car. It was cool, and plus on the Autobahn, speeding all the way, 304 kilometers per hour. That was fun too. I got a little kick. So all in all, yes, you can have a lot of fun with the car, sporty wise, but then on the other hand, I enjoyed it as a cruiser as well a whole lot. Okay, then comfort. Well, that's a 190,000 euro car. If this is not comfortable, I don't know what is, And it's not a real sports car. The seats are awesome. The air suspension I like with the different setups. I like that you can say, well, Sport Plus, all stiff, on the Autobahn, and on the other hand, just normal or comfortable, just hanging out, cruising, and the car makes even bad streets kind of straight for you. I like this. Usage as a daily driver. Well, we have 4 seats for 4 grown-ups. They all have space. We have a trunk, which is pretty nice actually, or pretty big in terms of the shape of the car and all that. So I would say yes, thumbs up. And that's it. I'm done. Did you like the review? Did you like what I do? Please give me a thumb up. If you don't, well, just forget it. Or give me a thumb down. I don't care about thumb downs, but I prefer thumbs up. If you have anything to tell me, my English sucks, I should shave. I did something wrong to the car. You have your own ideas about this car, please let me know in the comments field. I'm reading everything. Once I read your comment, I will, give you a thumb up, regardless what you write, unless it's real nonsense, and I would just write nonsense back to you. That's it. I call myself Mr. Z because my English sucks, and I hope you tune in back next time. By the way, if you haven't subscribed our channel yet, it's worth it. There's more to come. See you later and goodbye. Mann! Daneben. Panamera. Oh Gott. Panamera. Nee. Freundschaft.